feel like a radio DJ tonight. I was like, that sounded a little bit cheesy. I think most stuff I do really is quite cheesy, but that's all right. I'm sure you all like it. Otherwise, you wouldn't be here. Thank you for being here. Alex says, attended acting classes at for TV. Last one before Christmas. Awesome. You'll see I went back to at for TV on my weekly vlog, Watch Ross. If you go to youtube.com/Watch Ross and watch episode 11, I think. That's where I went back to at for TV. It was a top acting class that I started at when it first, literally its inception, when it first started. It's got to be a decade ago. You know, Michael Jackson and another casting director called Chris Maloney set it up initially. Michael then took it over, and it's now based out of where, well, it's always been there actually. Well, actually, no, it hasn't. No, it's been a few different places, but for a while it's been at Beverly Keogh Casting in Manchester as well. Awesome class. Recommend it though. John says, what's up, RG? All is good, John. Thank you for being here. Like I say, Tracy's here as well. Miss Gypsy here. Karen's here on Twitter as well. Thank you for being here. So what we're doing tonight, because I forgot to do this last week, is the first Monday of every month is supposed to be an open Q&A where we basically just riff and talk about whatever you want in the world of acting, casting, personal development, social media, marketing, online branding, voiceover, vlogging, anything you want. YouTube. Evening. All right, Dawn says she's got loads of snow. We haven't had much snow here in Manchester, actually. I've got like literally none. It's just all a little bit of slush and rain. But I've seen other pictures from elsewhere around the country, and you've got like some people like down in Birmingham had like, Tracy, what's it been like for you? I saw like someone had like 9 inches of snow they measured this morning down in the Midlands, and they couldn't get out of their road. They were stuck, couldn't get to work. But we got nothing up in Manchester. So basically, yeah, anything goes tonight. You can start the ball rolling if you want. People can start submitting their questions, anything you want on the industry. You know what, or just like life in general, getting further and having a better life, ultimately. Anything you want to ask, let's ask it. Lowry's here as well. I think I might be saying your name right, Lowry. You know what I mean, though. Thanks for being here. And Joe is brilliant, so at for TV. Yeah, so I did an interview with Joe Simpson, the head tutor at for TV. That's over on actonthis.tv now. I uploaded it on Friday night. It's a fantastic, honest chat about his experience of the acting industry and mine. And we just sat there literally for an hour, just totally no holds barred conversation on what it's really been like for the pair of us to be jobbing actors, working in TV, but not massively famous. Because you will see, I mean, people like Joe, you'll see in employment all the time, but you can walk past him in the street and be like, never heard of him, don't recognise him. But he's in like so many shows. And that's the life for a lot of actors. They're not on the front cover of every TV magazine or winning BAFTAs all the time. But if they're working full time as an actor and that's all they do, I think they're winning. That's like success to me. Bobby said he's watching a classic called Cool Hand Luke. That is a classic. I've never seen it. Tony's now joined us on Facebook. So what do you want to talk about? I've got an idea. I want to start the ball rolling. I don't know if this is going to work, right? But here's something that I'm thinking of doing for premium members on Acts on This. Tell me if this is a daft idea or not, but I want to, because we have the Facebook group, we have facebook.com/groups/actsonthistv, which is a Facebook group that actors, whether you're a member of actsonthis.tv or not, you can be a part of, and like that's completely open. Well, it's a closed group, but it's, you know, an open forum. You can say whatever you want and ask questions and get advice. It's a super supportive group. I wanted to do something a little bit more special for the premium members on Acts on This. And I was like, you know what? Something that we could do. And I don't quite know the logistics of this and how messy it would get. But I was thinking about creating an exclusive WhatsApp group. Who would be up for that? Is that something that people would find valuable, where people can basically, you know, we can have like weekly kind of news things put in there of like things that are going on in the industry that don't necessarily get spoken about elsewhere. People can ask questions that they might be a bit more, I don't know, touchy about asking in the Facebook group. Something that would just, it's just a bit more private, isn't it, you know? And it's something that, I don't know, might offer a little bit more value for people. It's something that, you know, we can't have everybody phoning everybody on it, but like if you've got a question, you can put it to the group. Might be useful. I've just seen a few other people do this in other communities, and I'm like, actually, you know what? It sounds quite different. It's a proper value add, and you'll get kind of like direct access to each other on a more kind of private kind of level, I guess. But I don't know, just something I'm playing with. That's a little idea that I had. Thought I'd bring that to the Q&A tonight. That's a question that I want answers for. Apart from that, anything else goes. What are people struggling with? What are people thinking went right for them this year? what people wanted to work on next year, because I've been banging on about goal setting for the last 3 weeks. If you watch my vlog that came out today, I actually recommend this program, guys, as well, right? I'm not one for pushing products onto people, but you'll know what a fan of Michael Hyatt I am. He's a guy who's probably like one of the world leaders on goal setting and productivity. He changed my life back in 2013 when he taught me how to goal set properly. And he does a course called 5 Days to Your Best Year Ever. I get super excited about this every year because although he brings out a very similar course every year, I still buy it every single year because I could just do last year's version of it. But I get quite excited about going, right, this is a slightly new version, slightly tweaked, a few more bonuses and stuff with it, a few more things that are based on science-backed positive psychology and kind of studies. And it comes out tomorrow. I'm going to buy it tomorrow the minute it comes out. He's doing a load of webinars this week as well. Let me put some slides up to show you guys how you can get some value from this. This is where you want to go if you want to access one of Michael's webinars this week. They're free. These are completely free. It's like an hour-long training on goal setting. He does promote his full program at the end of this, but even if you don't buy it, just attend one of these webinars because you will still learn an absolute shed load about goal setting. If you go to act.network/buy webinar 18, for those listening on the audio experience, it's BYE, stands for Best Year Ever, webinar, and then 18, the number's 18, act.network/BYE webinar 18. That'll get you free access to the webinars. And then if you want to buy the full program tomorrow, the cheapest version of it, it's only $200. It's like 150 quid. Oh, seriously, like the return you will get on it if you set your goals out properly for 2018, and this really helps you track them and ultimately hit them. It's so worth it. I don't like talking about money that much, but just for transparency, I added £60,000 a year to my income by actually getting goals right in 2013. It can really change your life. Like, honestly, if you want to get the full program, there's a little screenshot of it there for those who are watching live now. Act.network, BYE 2018. So buy 2018 from tomorrow. I don't think you can buy it now. If you go there now, it's probably going to take you to the webinar page. But from tomorrow, which will be the 12th of December, and it's only available, I think, until the 19th of December, that's where you can get it from. I will be buying it. And I think what I'll do is I'll do a exclusive webinar for anybody who buys it through that link you see on your screen there. Well, if you buy it through that link, that's like a personal link of mine to promote this program. I'll get a list of everyone who's bought it through that link. I will do a special training like of how I use this course and how I use this program exclusively for those people. So honestly, I just think you should check it out, honestly. And I'm not like a salesman pushing stuff on everybody. I hate that. I would never ask you to buy something that I would not buy myself. So goals, we can talk about goals tonight if you want. Tony says, I've got a question. I've started promoting my own workshop, helping empower actors to have more confidence in themselves, regardless of where they are in their careers. I'd like to eventually make this a speaking and coaching side career. Let's have a look. Side career. I've decided to start before I'm ready and haven't figured out exactly how this will replace my income. Would love some tips on how to develop a business idea when you don't know exactly how it's going to be. Tony, man, you've done the hardest thing. The hardest part of starting any business is indeed that. It's starting. So every venture I've ever done, Tony, including actsonthis.tv, these live broadcasts, my new vlog, Watch Ross, I've gone into having no, and I mean like literally no clue how it was actually going to evolve, where it's going to end up, and how I was going to get from where I am to ultimately my vision for it and where I want it to be. Most people, because of that, because they can't see 10 steps ahead of them and they can't figure it all out, they never start because they get crippled by the fears we talked about on Monday. The fears people get crippled by are the fear of losing something if they try it. So you might be like, oh, I'm going to lose time, I'm going to lose money if I start this business up. They get crippled by process fear, as in, oh, this is going to be so hard, me setting up this workshop that I want to do. And they get crippled by outcome fear, where they're like, you know what, if I put all this work in and it doesn't work out and the grass isn't greener on the other side and I don't make any money out of it and it doesn't become a side hustle for me, I'm not going to bother anyway. So you've overcome 3 massive fears already by just starting. What I would say, Tony, is you literally roll with it. You treat it seriously like it's already a successful business, and you just see what happens. And you go into this situation, this is the beautiful thing about it, going, actually, you know what? If I go into this situation without having to control every single outcome and aspects of it, ultimately, I have nothing to be afraid of because I'll just handle it. Whatever happens, I'm just going to handle it. and then you can actually enjoy it. It's the vision part that's a little fuzzy right now. You know what? You won't be able to see it right now, Tony. Ultimately, that is, you can't see where this is going to lead. And what will happen as well, mate, is you'll be thrown curveballs, and it will take you to somewhere completely different to where you actually set off. We were talking about this on what I was filming today in my vlog. We were saying where we kind of want to try and take the vlog in 2018, because when we started it just 13 weeks ago, we didn't know what it was going to be like, and we didn't know where we were going with it. Now it's developed like its own entity, and it's become like almost a genre on its own. We didn't know what to call it, because it's not a traditional vlog just for entertainment. It's not just educational. We kind of coin it like vlogutainment. It's a vlog, but it's educational and it's entertaining. And what we ultimately want it to do is really, the whole thing is just inspire people to take action on things they might not have taken action on. You'll see me as an actor in this vlog, doing my acting career, doing voiceover career, but also going into other business ventures I know nothing about. We're launching this clothing label, Master and Monocle. The first line of t-shirts for that clothing label launch in January. We've just literally sent them to production now. I don't know anything about the fashion industry, but I'm like, you know what? I know about marketing. I know about, putting a product out there and, how to raise awareness and get attention to that thing. Thus, I'm just going to see what happens, and we don't know where it's going to take us, but that's super exciting. It's fine. I realised in 2016, it is fine to, not have it all figured out, mate. And that's the really, really great thing. It's like, it's okay to not have all of this figured out. So the thing that you can do more than anything, because this course you're doing is all about confidence, is show your students that you are not afraid of that uncertainty that you're going into, and set that example. Be the example to them to go, look, I'm going to get over this fear, and I'm going to, I'm basically not acknowledging it, or you're acknowledging it, but you're beating it. You're not going to be worried by the process. You're not going to be worried by the outcome. You've already beat the worry about losing something by starting, and by being the thing you are coaching. That's the most inspiring thing of all. For me, that was the whole reason of starting the vlog, because I'm like, I come on these broadcasts on a Monday night and a Wednesday night. What if people think I'm bullshitting? And everything I coach people on a Monday and a Wednesday night, they're like, mate, you're a fraud, because how easy is it? It's so easy for me to sit here, look into a camera and tell everybody to do all of these things, and to overcome fear, and to not procrastinate, and be productive, and go after everything that they want in life. And I'm like, what if they don't think I'm doing this in my own life? So this is what I show you on the vlog, that I'm practicing everything that I'm preaching. So for you to set up this business, mate, be the example. Anyone wants to change anything in the world, you've got to be the change yourself. So I think you've done it. You've answered your own question, really. You don't need to worry about the outcome. Just enjoy the process, and the outcome will show itself when it's ready. It's almost, in a way, mate, and it's a nice thing to think about. It's like, it's none of your business. The outcome will be the outcome. For now, you just focus on the process and give as much value to those people who come to your workshops as possible. Mark says, need to reassess my goals this year, as don't think I've hit any of them. Think I signed up to Michael's webinar. Mark, honestly, awesome, man. Don't worry about this year that's gone. Obviously, we want to review it, and we want to look at, maybe the reasons why we didn't hit those goals, whether they were specific enough, whether they were measurable enough, SMART goals, actionable, were they realistic, were they time-bound, or did I just set myself very general goals about what I wanted this year? Did I just say I want to earn more money this year? Really terrible goal to set yourself, because I could just give you £5 out of my wallet, Mark, and go, ta-da, there you go, you've earned more money this year. What does that even mean, I want to earn more money this year? So a better goal that was specific would be, okay, I want to earn an extra £5,000 by June the 1st, 2018. And then you go, okay, well, that's 6 months from now. How do I do that? Well, let's break down 5,000 into 6. That gives me a monthly target. Break that down by another 4, gives me a weekly target. What can I do in my life that's going to give me leverage to earn X £100 extra per week, 100 quid a week, effectively. So what can I do, to earn an extra 100 quid a week that's going to give me that £5,000 a year, that's going to give me leverage to maybe leave my part-time job, or go even more part-time on my part-time job to focus on my acting career? If we break these goals down, and what Mark Dharma, who's a friend of mine, he's a top entrepreneurial coach out in LA, he was on this week's vlog as well. If you go to the vlog, youtube.com/Watch Ross, you can see his tips on goal setting. He says, let's break these big goals down into 2-week sprints, because we can keep our focus every 2 weeks. And then you're not overwhelmed then. Obviously everyone's got to write down their goals. Michael's course, though, 5 Days to Be Best Year Ever, and you've signed up to his webinar, Mark, it lays this out so simply for you. Goal setting is just such a massive part of achievement, mate. So acknowledging what's already gone, and then resetting your goals for 2018 now in December. Don't leave it till January, everybody, because you'll lose momentum. Reset your goals now. You should always have 10 goals at any one time, no more. A couple less if you don't want to have all 10, but no more than 10. And one of your goals, people, will be what's called a push goal. It will make all the other goals easier if you achieve that one first. So look at which one it is, and maybe it is a money earning one. If I could just earn an extra $3,000 a year or whatever, I could have Tuesdays and Wednesdays off. So how can I do that? Because that's going to make all these other goals easier, because I'm going to have more time to leverage to hit those goals. So we've really got to be specific about what we're aiming for and look for what that one push goal is, like a domino effect. You smash that one, all the others come toppling down as well. Boris is here. All right, Boris, he says, hey, Ross, can you recommend any good acting workshops in London where I can start my career like you've done when you started out in Manchester? And what survival part-time jobs would you think suit best for young actors who are just starting out in the industry? Happy holidays, man. Awesome questions, Boris. I mean, London's not my scene because Manchester's like where I live, and obviously, you know, where most of my work goes on. But there are some ones that I know are really, really good in London. So Anthony Mindell's acting workshop, AMAW, in London is like, I've known Anthony quite a while now. That's awesome because it really mixes personal development and acting, and it looks at like quite a holistic approach. It looks at life in general and becoming a better person, making you a better actor. Because I really think that's true. I think every part of your life affects every part of your life. And if you're becoming a better person as a human being, you're becoming a better actor. If you're having more emotional experiences as a human being, both good and bad, you're becoming a better actor. If you're, you know, getting in better shape, you're becoming a better actor because you're getting more disciplined. Everything you can do to better yourself, I think, makes you better an actor, because the only thing you have as an actor is yourself. So Anthony Mindell's acting workshop, definitely a big one. The Actors Centre do some lots of good stuff as well. Maybe anyone else on here, like Mark, you're from down south, mate. Have you got any acting workshops you'd recommend for Boris? Let us know if you have. Whack them in the comments on Facebook. And anyone who's listening on the replay as well, or you're listening on the audio experience, whatever, tweet me at ActOnThisTV. I'd love to know what you guys recommend down south so that I can recommend that stuff as well. Survival part-time jobs, Boris. I mean, the big one here really is stuff that isn't gonna drain the shit out of you, so you actually like still have a zest for life. A lot of actors put up with jobs that like not only do they not want to be doing, but like they come away from exhausted, losing the will to live, losing faith in humanity, because these are service industry jobs where they're treated like shit. So I think pubs are quite dangerous ones. All actors I know, not all of them, but a lot of actors I know who work in pubs and places where people consume alcohol generally get more shit from the customers. When they're drunk, they get called all kinds of names. You know, they feel that they're ultimately, you know, they're not inspired and they're not really getting anything back from their job, bar that £7.50 an hour or whatever you're getting. If you can do something that you think is maybe bigger than yourself or a bit more worthwhile, and whether that's, you know, caring for somebody, I don't know, selling something you really believe in. So if you're working for a call center, because those hours and stuff really help with actors. There's even some call centers that are effectively run by actors. If you can work for something that you really believe in, so you feel you're selling something that is worthwhile, you're not just ultimately trying to get money out of people, that's going to give you a better sense of achievement than going, oh, I just sold PPI or whatever claims all day. If it's working for a charity or something like that, that you're like, you know what, I'm actually making a difference, I think that's good. Or ultimately, for me, what it always was when I realised it was working in the industry. If you can get a job in the acting industry that isn't necessarily acting, I think that's like the best of all. So I started working as a casting assistant myself. Initially, I started working literally on a reception at a casting agency, a casting house, you know, a casting directors, to just sign people in when they came to audition. And then I moved up a little bit, reading in at auditions, and then helping the casting director actually arrange auditions. Then I would get on the phones and speak to agents to call their clients in. And I learned so much about the industry by doing that. Now, that's not dead easy because there's not going to be loads of those jobs available. But if you hustle hard enough and you knock on enough doors, mate, I think the likelihood is you're going to find one. Even if initially you're like, you know what, I'll do 1 day a week for you for free because I just want to learn more about casting. If you can go and prove yourself and give so much value to those people, they'll pay you to stick around. And whether that's literally brewing up for the directors who come in during a casting, you know, and just making tea and coffee, make sure everyone's all right, tidying up the casting suite, sweeping up, uploading footage to the internet, whatever you can do to make that casting director's life easier, they're going to want you around for that, and you're going to learn so much more about the industry from it as well. People working in front of house at theatres is quite useful. I think anything that ties you to the industry for me was more fulfilling because it made me feel that I was part of it when I wasn't working, which is really, really vital for your significance. And we're all driven by that need for significance, to feel, we're connected to the thing that we actually want, even if we're not the one on the stage or on the set acting. That will be my advice for that. Tracy says, how do you reach goals that you have no control over, like getting another TV role? First of all, Tracy, you reset your mind, because what you've just said there is wholly false. So you just said you have no control over a goal like getting another TV role. I would like you to think about the TV roles you've had already and the input that you had in those, because I reckon you had a bit more control over those than you thought you did, in terms of acquiring your agent, speaking to your agent, telling your agent what you want, going to that audition and having practiced enough on your craft that you actually did a good audition. You didn't just get those TV jobs out of thin air going, right, Tracy, the lottery's chosen you now and you've got that job. You do have control over getting your job. And those things, there are certain things that are slightly outside of yourself, in terms of there has to be a role available to get for a start. A writer has got to have written something that you are suitable for. And yes, you can't always go, right, I'm going to get a top TV writer to write me a part in something. It does happen if you know these people well enough. It's happened to me once. So that can happen, where even, at our level as jobbing actors, we can still get parts written for us if we're good enough in auditions. But you do have control. So we've got to stop that negative self-talk you just said there. That's disempowering. And you're an empowered actress, Tracy, because I know you are, because you're very proactive. So you can control that. You can attend workshops, knock the socks off people, when you're actually performing for them in workshops. You can talk to your agent more. You can get new headshots done if you need them updating. You can film specific showreel scenes if you want to target a specific casting director for a show that they want to, they're going to be casting, you want to be in. A lot of people, it got quite trendy in 2017 to get Game of Thrones style showreel scenes shot, and then everyone sent them to Nina Gold and Robert Stern, because they were casting Game of Thrones, to show that they can, they're akin to those parts. I know people, one guy in particular who was just incredibly tall, massive, muscular guy, did a self-tape of himself without asking to do it, sent that into the Game of Thrones casting team, and they gave him a job just off his physicality, because the guy was massive. You do have control. You just don't think you do, because it's easier for us all to pretend we don't, because we feel better about ourselves by not getting any work then. By going, oh, well, I wouldn't have got that anyway because it's quiet at the moment. There's nothing around. It's never quiet. Never, ever, ever quiet. Casting director rang me today to see if I could do a read-through for him on Monday. I was at a read-through for a BBC drama 3 weeks ago. Before that, I was doing a BBC drama. There's stuff going on literally all the time. It's only quiet if you want to believe people who tell you it's quiet. I really learned a lot by being proactive and taking action. It really does work, says Kim. It does, honestly. It does. So what you would do there, Tracy, is you break your big goal down into 2-week runs. So you go, what do I want? Right. What is it? Is it like one line on TV? If you want to, one line or one scene or something like that, and you go, right, what's my casting bracket? What's being cast at the moment? Is it the soaps you want to go for? Who is casting the soaps right now? Find those names. If you message me or ask in the Facebook group, I can tell you those things. Right. What scenes on my show reel show me in the right light for soap? Right, so I'm going to basically cut a reel specifically for soap, maybe, if you want. They're the scenes that I'm going to send to this casting director. So I'm going to seek out people on social media. I'm going to ask them what value I can give them, how I can help them out. Is there anything that I could do for them? And you ultimately hustle, and have patience. And when you combine hard work and patience, you win. So you can break that big goal down of getting another role on TV quite specifically. If you look at it, there is no formula, but if you look at it formulaically a bit, in terms of, for me to get a role, a casting director who is casting has to see me, has to be, a fan of my work. I have to be in front of them. Are they doing this workshop? Well, I'm definitely going to go and attend that. I know someone who's called in for one of the soaps, 2 weeks ago, off the back of doing really well at a workshop. And we always say workshops are not paid auditions, because I don't think they are. And if you get your hopes up that they are, I think they'll be shattered a lot of the time. But if you do go to a casting workshop with a casting director and you do a really good job, serendipity can hit, and they will be casting something, quite soon sometimes that you do suit, and they will bring you in. So it does work. Steph Parry's here in the house. All right, Steph. So you can break those goals down that might seem a little bit out of your control. Nothing is truly out of your control. Sophie says, do you teach workshops? Not normally. So I coach, I do all this stuff online, obviously for free, every Monday and Wednesday, and all the podcasts and stuff that I do over at actsonthis.tv. The one thing that I focus on, Sophie, specifically, is confidence and ultimately taking control of your career from a mindset perspective. And I launch a program once a year called Bulletproof Actor, Unstoppable Confidence, Infinite Success. Mark was on it this time. Who else is here who's done it before? If Dawn's here, she's been on it. It comes out, the next time I'm going to be doing it is February 2018. It's only available for 1 week, and it's a 5-week online course. If you go to bulletproofactor.com, you can read up all about it. There's 5 hours worth of video, workbooks, PDFs, podcasts. We do live training online in a group scenario, a bit like this, but where you're all on video and audio as well, so we can all chat to each other. That's what I do, and I will be talking at Surviving Actors as well in London in February. I'll be doing a seminar for 45 minutes on developing, ultimately, that unstoppable confidence to take on the acting industry and win, to actually kind of win back some empowerment, because the acting industry really, it can, if you're not self-conscious and self-aware, can really screw people up so that actually they never go on to achieve what they should do because of limiting beliefs due to things and past experiences that have happened in their life. Bobby says, proud to be an alumni. Bobby, man, awesome. Saw your video you posted today doing your voiceover. Very impressive American accent. Love it. So that's what I do, Sophie. So I don't do any acting workshops. I would never profess to teach somebody how to act. But I specialize in, because I'm fascinated with it, the mindset, why people do or don't do things in life. Why people literally go to their graves with regrets because they held back as opposed to giving it everything because they cared too much about what other people think of them, and why that is, and why people aren't really in control of their own minds because, they're just ruled by fear. Larry says, RSVP have a lot of actors in London. Yeah, so RSVP is a call center, isn't it, Larry? Specifically for actors. So if you're, you want a part-time job in a call center, they actually hire actors, and they're very forgiving when it comes to taking time off work at short notice. I've heard pretty good things about them, so that's another thing, Boris, for you to check out, man. Actors Centre and Actors Guild are the biggest. Most places do single classes or courses with a few regular drop-ins. I'm not sure about ongoing classes, says Mark. So yeah, Anthony Mindell's definitely an ongoing class, but Actors Centre and Actors Guild definitely for workshops are very good. I know Ben, who runs the Actors Guild. Guy, super passionate about the industry, get some really good people in there. And they had an offer on recently, I think. I'm sure, because the Actors Guild used to be a tenner to join, and then you have to pay for your workshops. I don't think they had some sort of deal on that recently, where either it wasn't as much, or I can't remember, it might have been, it was definitely cheaper to join, I think. But definitely check out the Actors Guild as well. But yeah, in terms of jobs and stuff that you're doing, I think if you can get a job that's, either run by a company like RSVP who understand the life of an actor, or you can get a job in the acting industry, doing something remotely related. That's where you win. That's where I felt most most happy, really, before I was kind of acting full time. Thanks, that was helpful. So basically, just keep doing what I'm doing, says Tracy. As from past experience, I know it pays off in the end. You have no way of knowing when you will reach that end goal. And Tracy, there isn't an end goal, is there really? When you think about it, I don't think there's ever been anything in my life that I've gone, right, I want to achieve this, and I've achieved it, and gone, that's it then. Don't want anything else. I've hit my goals. Like I say, you should always have up to 10 goals going at any one time, and when you knock one off the list, add another one on. In all areas of your life, from your acting career to, your family, to your kids, to your physicality, to your mindset. Lots of different goals in different areas, spirituality, emotional mastery, whatever you want. And when you complete one, add another one, another one on. So you've always got lots to work at. I think most people on here, or everyone on here, to be honest, the reason why you're watching this is you want to be more than you currently are. And I don't think that's ever going to leave you. For me particularly, I find, I get better. I'm such a more rounded, more capable, better individual than I was 10 years ago. And I don't think it's going to stop. I would like to think in 10 years' time, I'm going to be even more evolved, and that will just continue on and on and on. So there probably is no end goal, Tracy. It's just about falling in love with the process of doing it. And the great thing is, like you said, there's no way of knowing what's going to happen. And that's the exciting part of it. This week, it's only Monday. This could be the week for everybody on here who gets that job that changes their life. You are only ever in the TV industry or the acting industry one job away from your life completely, utterly changing. And I've seen it happen to many friends of mine. And it's incredible because they didn't know on the Tuesday that on the Wednesday they were going to get that call that did that. And none of you on here do. And I don't. I don't know what's going to happen this week, but that's the thing that's exciting. And will give you that eternal optimism, I would hope. But it is about having patience. A lot of people just want it to happen now, or they wanted it to happen 10 years ago. All of this time is just going to pass anyway for everybody. So you might as well enjoy it while it is passing. I just got my first role, said Rebecca. Amazing, Rebecca. What's it on? Let us know. Is it stage? Is it screen? Because that's cool. And a bit of coffee. I think I might be shouting a bit. I feel like I'm going a bit red here. Getting a bit hot. But Rebecca, yeah, let us know. Let us know what that was. Definitely. I just got my first role as well. Everyone's getting their first role. Who's that? Dace Wheel 7. Who's that? Let us know what your first roles were. That's wicked. That's really good. I talked about my first role on my vlog again last week. It's going to be a web series, streaming web series for The Rubber Room. What's that? Sounds interesting. Bobby says he got his first job last December. So that's a year ago, Bobby, man. Awesome. Well, that's it, and that's it. And you're starting now. You've got to keep that momentum up. When you've got your first job, make sure that you use that first job as currency to get your second job. And make sure that you go on set when you're doing that. And also, everyone's got the first job in The Rubber Room. Or is that just someone who is that the same? That's a different person, isn't it? I think maybe there's two people in here who've got the same-ish gig. But yeah, make sure it's a detention for bad teachers. Oh right, okay, awesome. Make sure you utilize all your time on that set, and you make contacts that will last, and you build a rapport with people, and you're nice to everybody, from the runner to the caterers, if there are any, to everybody, because that's something that will pay dividends in the future as well. Doing the right thing by everyone is always the right thing. Yes, you might not get a return on your investment, spending time nurturing those relationships straight away, but you don't know where those people are going to be in 6 months' time, in 6 years' time, 16 years' time. You have no idea where these people are going to be. I've seen people go from runner to third AD, to second AD, to first AD, to director, in a few years' time. And all those people who look down on the runners or weren't nice to them when they were runners, they certainly won't be working with them when they're directors. So yeah, just make sure you enjoy your time and you get everything you can out of that job. And once you get the footage from it, utilize the best bits of that to get further jobs and, to enhance your show reel. I booked a session with Tony Blake today for my first professional headshot shoot, said Kim. I saw Tony, you will have seen him on the vlog. I went to visit Tony on last Tuesday. He's doing a photo shoot for the new range of t-shirts that I bring out in January. So we're going to get some models into his studio in Chester, and he's going to shoot the shoot for us, all the editorial stuff for that. Tony Blake, literally the most talented photographer I've ever met. If anyone wants headshots done and you can get to Chester, go and see Tony Blake, one of the nicest guys in the world, one of the best eyes in the industry for headshots and just photography in general. And he's too cheap. I keep saying, man, you need, Dawn says she agrees, you need to put your prices up. So another thing, I'm like, everyone on here, this applies to everybody, you're probably worth a lot more than you think you are. Particularly, the more and more experience that you get. And you've got to kind of, get a bit of ego, but in a nice way. Know your worth, effectively. Never undersell yourself. I know you really like Tony, so it gave me the confidence to go with him. Kim, honestly, I would never, like this program, Michael Hyatt's program that I'm pushing at the moment, I would never, ever, ever push anything onto you guys as a community that I don't pay for and buy myself or use myself or have had experience in myself and I've got massive value from. Tony Blake, I will always push. Chris Stone for show reels, I will always push. Michael Hyatt for goal setting and getting your life in check, I will always push. Just because they've all had an immense impact on my own life and success. So, good on you, Tony Blake. You'll love it. And he takes a load of time over his shoots as well. He's not like some photographers that I went with for photo shoots for my headshots earlier on in my career. Felt like you're a bit on a conveyor belt, didn't it? Come in, right, snap, 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 done. Tony's really cool. What he'll do is he'll literally put the camera up to his eye in a certain location in his studio, and he'll make a decision straight away. Go, no, it's not working. Right, let's find somewhere else. Rather than going, oh, let's slog away this 15 minutes and try and make it work. He just knows what he's looking for. He knows what looks good. And if where you are in the studio or the colours you're wearing compared to the background, all this sort of stuff isn't working, just knows instantly. He's like, no, right, come on, we're going to go and do something else, try something else. Massively recommend it to everyone. At Tony Blake Photo on Instagram and on Twitter. Any more? Anyone else got any other questions? We've got about 15 minutes left before we start wrapping up. Let us know. What's Tony Rossi tagged me in here, I've just seen. Or is that a different? That's not on this broadcast. That just came up on Facebook. Maybe you're sharing this broadcast, Tony. Appreciate it if you are. But yeah, I'm trying to think what else has been going on in my life at the moment that's had an impact. Do you know what? It is really what Tony was saying before. What I've realised this week is that, and I said this, I've learned over the last couple of years, is that it's just fine to not have all this stuff figured out. And it's actually quite exciting. There's something about a new year more than any other time of year to reset yourself and get excited about the future. But you can do that still on a weekly basis. You don't have to wait for a whole year to pass. But it is about going, you know what? It's absolutely fine to not know exactly where I'm going with this. But I just have the gut feeling that I'm going the right way about it, and I'm going to keep doing that. Bobby says he might be at the January meetup in Manchester. Amazing. Is there a way to get UK work from the US? How do you mean? Say as in what? Get work in the UK if you're in America, or the other way around? Just elaborate on that a little bit. If you want to work in the States, I can kind of give you some info on that. If you want to get work from the States, probably give you a bit of info on that, because there's a guy who watches these broadcasts all the time, Richard Haler from Miami, who actually came over to visit us when he was over here last, and he works in Miami and in America, but he's actually from Birmingham originally, and he's super proactive and literally gets in touch with casting directors over here, tries to line up quite a few meetings all at once, and then flies over and says, listen, like, I will pay for all my own travel. Any auditions you've got, let me self-tape or I'll come over for in advance. And he's like, super on it. Yes, I want to be able to submit over there and travel. I want my acting to take me places. So Rebecca, in terms of to work in America, a couple of things you will need. The main thing to work in America, really, before anyone will even allow you to audition if you're from the UK or not from America originally, something called an O1 visa. And your O1 visa sounds mental, but it's basically a visa to say you are an alien with extraordinary talent. So to get an O1 visa, you've got to have quite a lot of a body of work to back you up. Or what a lot of people do is, there's kind of companies, it's a little bit dodgy, but there are companies that can provide you with stuff that will help you get a visa, in terms of go, right, we're going to attach you to a project over in the States, and it will be a real project, but it'll be something that they're setting up to basically say, right, this boy or this girl is part of this project, and they are guaranteed work for X amount of time. They're going to need this much time here filming, this much time here PRing and promoting the work, so we can give them full-time employment effectively for like a year or 2 years. It's well worth them coming over, etc., etc. And then what you've got to do, though, is you've then got to back that up with lots of stuff from the UK saying how amazing you are and why you should be allowed to work in the US, because ultimately it's way oversubscribed and they can't let everybody in. So what people do then is, normally, anything, if you've got a profile online and you've had articles written about you, reviews written about you, you can get references from people who are, quite well respected in the industry. Lots and lots of stuff needs to kind of be done to prove why you are special ultimately, why they should let you in and not just, the other 10,000 people who are applying. And then you need to pay for your own visa, which is around about 3,000 quid. Then once you are in and you've been accepted that you can work in the States, obviously then you've got to start auditioning in the States, and there's 2 unions out in the States. There's a Screen Actors Guild, and ultimately, it's kind of like Equity that we have over here, but there's 2 over there. There's SAG and there's AFTRA as well. Some jobs that are non-union jobs you can apply for just if you've got a US visa, but other jobs you need to have union, you need to be part of the union. Now, there's criteria to even get in the union. Tony Rossi will probably be able to tell us a little bit more about the criteria. So there's lots of hoops to kind of jump through before you're even allowed to work in the US. The easiest way, above all, is to have success in the UK first. If you can have big success in the UK first, you won't struggle nearly as much getting a visa to go and work in the US. But it's not something where you can just go, right, I'm going to go and work in America now, and there we go. A lot of people won't even let you audition for them unless your agent can tell them that you already have your O1 visa and you have your SAG-AFTRA memberships as well. So it's quite convoluted, can be quite costly, and that's before you paid your airfare to go over there or you've done pilot season or anything like that. If you can join the union first, we'll save you time before heading to LA, says Tony. Yeah, definitely. It's not an easy task. It really isn't. I would try and make it in the UK first. It's going to be a lot easier for you, and then you can move on to America. If you're banging your head against a brick wall in the UK and you're like, I don't understand, like, I'm really good, the UK just doesn't seem to want me anymore. This happens to quite a lot of soap actors who have gone, right, I've left this soap in the UK and I'm really struggling to be seen for serious drama. They will then, off their body of work being in soap, they will have amassed quite a big following on social media, and they will have had quite a lot of press written about them over here. They will then go over to the States, get a serious acting gig over there, because the States don't care whether they were in a soap over here or not. And then what that then does is gives them the currency to then come back to the UK, having worked in America, and suddenly everybody, that legitimizes them again as an actor in the UK. Everyone's like, oh, they've actually gone on to do really well because they're working in the States, thus we're not going to be as snobby about them working in the UK because they're not just an ex-soap star anymore. Quite political and a bit, crazy, but that's ultimately just the reality of quite a bit of this industry in the UK. But to just go out to America first and work's quite difficult. You do have to do all the O1 visa stuff, join the unions, pay your airfare, pay accommodation, get out there, audition, and land the job. And hopefully the pay for that job still makes it profitable for you to stay out in America, paying your accommodation, etc., and your travel, all that sort of stuff. So don't want to put people off it. Just want to let you know how much work it is. Good friend of mine has done it, though, smashed it. She ended up getting a job in America within 10 days of going over there. It was very pre-planned, the attack that we kind of came up with, and the exact show we knew we would target her for, why she would be good for it, and lightning struck. It was almost a miracle, and she ended up doing really well out of it, and then that gave her legitimacy to come back and work in the UK. Bobby says he's got family in NYC. Always good, yeah, if you've got family out there in America, it's going to make it a little bit cheaper for you. But it is quite a big thing working in the States. Like I say, there are companies over here you can pay a lot of money to who will make it easier for you, but you're going to need a budget of about $6 or $7 if you want to have a company ultimately work for you to get you a visa and hold your hand through the whole process. And even then, it's not absolutely guaranteed. So I hope that kind of helps. Any more? Got any other questions? It's quite fun. It's just random, quick fire stuff tonight. Anything at all on the industry, personal development, social media, voiceover, vlogging? Anyone else going to do a vlog out of interest? Has the vlog that I've been doing inspired anybody to go, you know what, I'd want to do something like this? I think it's proven to be a lot of fun, what we're doing. Hopefully it's inspiring other people to do more, to be more, whilst entertaining people. Some of it's a bit daft. There's always a lesson in each episode. There's some takeaway. Today's one that we started filming today, and we're going to carry on filming tomorrow, has got quite a lot of takeaways. We're talking quite openly and candidly about our experiences of doing the vlog over the last few months, what we've learned, where we aim to take it in the new year, etc. And you're going to see more of that kind of stuff in the new year, more of us talking to camera, ultimately about our feelings, really, and what we're doing, where we're going, how we're managing everything. I love your vlog, says Tony. Considering one, but I have so many other ideas I want to implement. I've enjoyed watching, but I don't have the technical experience. You could learn that, though, Rebecca. I'll miss your comment there, Bobby, as well, mate. I'm sorry I didn't have time to read that. We didn't have a clue or the technical know-how when we set out with this. I just basically researched the cameras. That camera you see behind me is the one we vlog on. Researched that. Research editing, watched a lot of other vlogs that were going out, and ultimately used those as a like a model, really, a structure to kind of base ours on. But then we just let it roll and just went, what happens, like I was saying before, and it almost created like its own genre in a way. Richard Haler is here. He says, "Hello, Ross, I'm here, mate." That's Rich from over on Facebook from Miami. Good to hear from you, Rich. We're just talking about getting work on both sides of the pond. Rich is hustling for it. I hope that's all going well for you, Rich. Get yourself back over here, mate, at some point, and we'll catch up again. But yeah, vlogging's pretty good. I think like at the moment, it seems so weird, when people stare a lot when you're walking around, you've got someone following you with the camera. But honest to God, like my intuition just tells me in a decade, it's not going to be weird at all. It's going to be like so normal that people can document and do document every aspect of their life, which is pretty cool because when I'm long gone, my grandkids will be able to go, oh, what was Granddad doing on, I don't know, the 11th of December 2017? And they'll literally be able to go on YouTube and watch exactly what I did on the 11th of December 2017. That would be amazing if I could go and do that with my granddad. God, I wonder what he was doing in like 1941. No idea. Have literally no idea whatsoever. To be able to go and watch that is incredible. On the other side, let me just say this. The decisions you make of what you all put out on social media really matter. Because equally, as my grandkids can say, what was Ross doing here? And they'll go and see me doing some pretty cool stuff. If I was an idiot and wanted to have a rant about something or just, not do the right thing on social media and just show myself in a bad light or swear and rant and this, that, and the other, equally, they can go, my grandkids will be able to go and see that. So there'll be a lot of people out there who have made terrible choices of what they've said on social media, and their kids will be like, and their grandkids will be like, man, like, Granddad, God, he was a bit of a dick, wasn't he? You don't want that to be you. So that's one thing this vlog has taught me, is like when you put something out online, it's there, like, and you can take it down at your end, but someone else by that point, if you put anything on that's controversial, someone's screenshotted it, someone's taken a copy of it, someone's downloaded it, it will come back to bite you in the ass. And even if it doesn't on a big scale, your grandkids are still going to see it. So do be careful. Put stuff out that's, a force for good, that's positive. Don't lie about stuff, and pretend everything's great when it's not. But just, be honest and do the right thing on social media. That's something that I've learned in 2017, definitely. What would people say? What this is interesting. I want to know, what's your biggest takeaway from this year, folks? Let's end on this, actually. Let's just spend like 7 or 8 minutes on this. What's your biggest lesson that you've learned this year? Be super honest. Is it that you've allowed fear to hold you back? Is it that you've procrastinated too long? Is it that you've said for another year that you were going to get in the gym this year and you haven't? Have you said you were going to give up smoking this year and you haven't? Have you said you're giving up, you weren't going to drink as much, but you haven't? Have you said you were going to definitely knuckle down in your acting career and get more jobs and you haven't? Or, what have you done? What have you learned? Have you done something you're like, man, I smashed that this year. I'm super proud of that, and let's celebrate that. Let's shout about that. Definitely. I'm interested to know. Me, personally, I feel that I've upped my output almost to its maximum. I don't think I could be doing much more in terms of being productive and putting content out. Giving myself value. Stop the negative talks, Rebecca. It's amazing. It's such a big, big thing, the way you speak to yourself. The words that come out of your mouth and the words that you speak to yourself in your head are so massive, and they're either going to empower you or disempower you. And for most people, unfortunately, they're really negative. That self-talk is really negative. Works hard to... so what was that, Dawn? To conquer fear. In what way? Fear of what? In stuff in general or the industry? Let me know what you've conquered and how you've done it, and if that's helpful to share it, with other people. But I love this time of year where people reflect. Isn't it a really nostalgic time of year? I mean, it's only, 2 weeks today till Christmas Day. Got my beach body, says Steve. Have you got your beach body, Steve? Good for you if you have. That's good. And you've conquered fear of auditions, Dawn. Amazing. That's that's a big step, because that's something that cripple. If you're ruled by fear in auditions, that's going to cripple your career completely. Rich, I'm interested to know what your takeaway from this year has been, mate, over in Miami, because you've done some good stuff. I know you've been over here. You've taken a lot of action. Tracy as well. Mark, Lowry, Sophie, Scott, Alex is here as well. Right, Alex, Boris, let us know what your takeaways are. And Steve says his bikinis are coming out for Christmas Day. Don't put that on social media, Steve. Your grandkids will see that, mate. They don't want to see you in a bikini, even if you think they do. I don't think that's I don't think that's doing the right thing. Keep that in the private collection. But yeah, let me know what your takeaways are. Like I say, for me, For me, another thing as well is like, you know what? Building a team around you is so, so essential. I used to like, and I am still to a certain extent a bit of a control freak where I'm like, I used to very much think that I know best. And, oh, how am I going to ever relinquish control? Because will anybody, have as much attention to detail when they're writing articles? Or, will anybody, I've got to get someone to film my vlog. What if they, what if they don't understand what composition is, or like, how to make a shot look good, etc., etc. I've realized by working with like people who I didn't know were great but have ended up being great, you know what, Ross, sometimes people are just better than you. Like, I have my core competencies and my core skills, and I like to think I'm great at everything, as probably most people do, but it's so nice to see somebody else take something on, like Lee, who films for me on the vlog, and actually go, you know what, mate, you're actually better at this than I am. So, like, he's got so much better over the last 3 months in terms of his filming and shots and composition that it's lovely to relinquish all control and go, oh, God, I don't have to worry about that. You know what? Just get someone who's actually better at it than me. That's really nice and liberating, and kind of stops me being as much of a control freak. Building a team around you, you can leverage so much more, and you really are. Your success is so down to the people you hang out with and the people you have around you. Like, it's just critical. The Ross community helps me. The Ross community? What do you mean, Dawn? The acts on this community. It's that's great. That's awesome. Just enjoy watching your vlog, says Tracy. Thank you, Tracy. Appreciate you you watching. I'd love it if people would share it with people as well. Remember, guys, let me put this up on the screen. Doing this spotlight competition, basically, if you subscribe to my vlog on YouTube, youtube.com/watchross, and leave a comment on the videos, every comment is an entry into a prize draw I'm doing on New Year's Eve. And if I pick you out, I'm going to pay for your Spotlight subscription for next year. That's worth about 150 quid if you're an actor. If you're not an actor and you're like, Spotlight's useless to me, I'm just going to give you £150 in your bank account. So if you go and subscribe, youtube.com/watchross, not only will you get to watch the vlogs, and you should like them, I hope, you should love them, you could win, well, ultimately 150 quid or your Spotlight subscription. If you've paid for your Spotlight subscription already this year, again, I'm just going to give you 150 quid. I can't, be any fairer than that. But do check that out. Would love to, see people subscribe. If you think it gives you value, share it with other people. Invite your friends to watch it. The more people I can impact with it, the better, really. And I do just want to add value. Hopefully it does brighten up people's weeks. People have said it's their guilty pleasure, and that they like watching it every Monday. Makes them smile, starts their week off, nicely. If it does that for people, massively, massively grateful to have that impact. So share it out. That would be awesome. We're going to put these slides up one more time about the webinars for Michael Hyatt and the goal setting stuff. This is if you want to go and watch one of Michael's webinars that start tomorrow. These are all on goal setting. They're completely free. Go to act.network/BYE webinar 18. That stands for Best Year Ever Webinar 18 for like 2018. So act.network/BYE webinar 18. And if you actually just want to go, you know what, I want to go and check his course out and buy it tomorrow, that's the 12th of December, go to act.network/BYE 2018. act.network/BYE 2018. If you buy it through that link, if you buy it quickly as well, tomorrow he normally does like a speedy kind of get in quick, get it cheaper deal. So I would recommend you buy it as soon as it goes live. You'll get it the cheapest it's going to be. He normally gives out lots of bonuses on the first day as well. But if you do that, I will do a bonus. If you buy through that link specifically, act.network/BYE 2018. I'll know everybody who's bought through that link because that's a link I've created for it. If you buy through that link, I will do a private group coaching call with you and a group of people who buy it. We'll do like an online intimate group coaching call all about goal setting and smashing 2018. So that's act.network/BYE 2018. Massively, massively recommend it. And it's not just a sales pitch. I will be buying it myself, and I will show you my receipt for it tomorrow if you would like me to prove that. So awesome. So has that been useful? It's nearly 10 o'clock. We'll start wrapping up. Anyone got any last minute things they want to ask? I hope it has. Massively appreciate you spending some time with me tonight and hanging out. If you want to catch up on any of the previous live broadcasts that I've done, you can go and watch them on YouTube or over on actonthis.tv. You can go to YouTube and just search for, youtube.com/actonthistv, or go to actonthis.tv, the main website, where you'll find all these videos, plus like 450, 500 hours worth of further coaching and podcasts with famous actors, casting directors, agents, producers, writers, all kinds of stuff, video interviews, live broadcast replays, etc., etc. Or if you want to listen to the audio of these broadcasts, go to iTunes and just search for the word, all one word, Act on This TV. Subscribe to the audio experience, and I will deliver the audio from these broadcasts every week free to your device forever. Can't argue with that. Literally 100% free of charge. So any more for any more, and then I'm going to play you a 60-second clip from the vlog episode that came out today that I've done. It's an interesting one. We went to Chester to see Tony Blake, the headshot photographer that Kim mentioned before. You'll see him in a minute on this. I ended up dog sitting for a dog that we thought had been abandoned and was lost. Went to the Christmas markets, talked a lot about goal setting, and we set Petch his greatest challenge ever that he may or may have not done. Tracy said, doing some amazing online learning. Memory techniques are really helping my dyslexia. Singing lessons online, loving them. Part of Pro Actors Birmingham, a lovely supportive group where we work to be ready, not rusty. Is that run by Claire Jones, Tracy? I don't know what her name is now. She's married. She's probably married. Brummy Claire. I went to drama school with her, if it is. I'm sure she does that ready, not rusty thing, Tracy. Rebecca said, love watching Petch do his challenge. It's a good challenge, Rebecca. We broke him a little bit. We won't be making him do a challenge on this week's vlog, and to let him get his own back, me and Sean will be doing the challenge on next week's vlog. So don't think anybody as well that Petch doesn't love doing these challenges. He comes up with half of these. I know he plays the victim on the vlog, and he's playing the character, effectively, of Petch, this little hard-done-to little boy who we make do stuff. But it's so not like that. The guy's like, constantly, what can we do this week? What can we do? How can we make it bigger? How can we make it bigger? He loves playing up to the character of Petch. So please don't think that we're remotely taking advantage of Petch. He's in on it all, and he bloody loves it. And he's going to get his own back on me and Sean next week, no doubt. Awesome. So thank you for being here. I'm just going to get ready to end the broadcast on Facebook. Unfortunately, those on Facebook, I'm really sorry. I'm not going to be able to see any more comments of yours now. I'm exiting out of this, I'm afraid. If it's working. You know what I did today? I only went and dropped a bloody latte on my MacBook here, and like the keypad, not the keypad, but the trackpad. It's all gone pretty bad, unfortunately. And it's gone very sticky. So it started just going crazy before and blasting its way around everywhere. Hopefully it's going to work. Looks like there you go. Looks like it's working a bit better now. It's a bit more responsive. If anyone's got any tips for cleaning coffee off your MacBook, do let me know, because I think it's suffering a little bit. The mouse pointer's a little bit all over the place, but it looks like this is going to work. There you go. That's good. Right, well, thank you for being here. I'm going to play you now this this little clip of the vlog. Like I say, youtube.com/watch Ross. Go watch this. Watch the other 12 episodes that are on there. Subscribe, leave a comment, and if I choose you on New Year's Eve, you will win your 2018 Spotlight subscription paid for free, or you'll win £150 cash. Ultimately, it's whatever you want more of. Whatever you think would be more worthwhile. So thank you, guys. Here's 60 seconds of it, and I'll catch up with you guys on Wednesday for the book club. Don't know what book we're doing yet. If you've got any suggestions, please let me know. At Ross A. Grant on Twitter, at Act on This TV. Until then, enjoy yourselves. Bye for now.
Women, will you just start saying what you mean? He thinks there's something waiting for us in Chester. Well, you know what? Let's go and find out. Something that's on my mind at this time of year, every year, and that I think everybody should focus on is goal setting. Goal setting for the next year that's coming in just a few weeks' time. I'm bouncing, he's bouncing, we're at Road Chef. What are we going to do?
See what's cooking.
We're just basically doing a bit of dog sitting here in Chester because someone's tied the dog up and he was getting a bit upset.
Who says stalking doesn't pay off?
My dating's gone so bad this year. So here we are, we've tracked down the man himself, Mr. Tony Blake. Welcome to the vlog. How can something so wrong say so right? Go! Come on, Petch, we've got the Rocky theme on for you.